Dear learners, I, Mr. Vishal Vilas Shah, Assistant Professor, Krishna Institute of Pharmacy, Karad, welcome you all to this session, Structure and Activity Relationship of Cholinergic Drugs. After this session, the learners will be able to explain SAR of cholinergic agents, that is the structure activity relationship of cholinergic agents, show different groups required for cholinergic action, explain pharmacological actions that are shown by the acetylcholine. Now, as you see over here, this is the structure of the acetylcholine. Now, structure activity relationship of cholinergic agents is studied by considering the acetylcholine as a prototype example. Now, as you see over here, the structure of acetylcholine is divided into the three parts. One is quaternary ammonium group, where second one is the ethylene bridge, and third one is the acyl oxy group. So while studying acetyl structure activity relationship of the cholinergic drugs, it is considered into three parts. So let's begin with one by one. We will first see quaternary ammonium group, second one ethylene bridge, and acyl oxy groups. Now, as I said, first we are going to discuss about this quaternary ammonium group. Now, in structure activity relationship, we are going to check which are the different groups that we can place in a given structure so that we will get the different structures and having a different and better action. First thing, the quaternary ammonium group is essential to show a cholinergic action, because what happens, due to its cationic nature, that is the nitrogen having a positive charge which is known as the cationic group, this cationic group will bind to the anionic site that is present in the receptor, and for that purpose quaternary ammonium group is essential in order to show a cholinergic action. Now, if we replace this nitrogen atom with the help of the other heteroatoms like phosphorus, oxygen, sulfur, that will leads into the decrease in the activity, because what happens when we replace other atoms with that nitrogen atom, the quaternary ammonium group will be lost, hence cationic group will be lost, and due to which that will leads into the loss of the activity. Further, conversion of the quaternary ammonium nitrogen to the other amines like tertiary amine, secondary amine, or primary amine, that will also leads into the decrease in the activity, because this change also results into loss of the cationic group, and due to which loss of the cationic group, that particular drug is not able to bind with the anionic site that is present on the receptor. Further, substitution of a methyl with higher carbon makes drug inactive. Means, as you see over here, this nitrogen atom is surrounded by the only methyl groups. So if we make a change and methyl is substituted with the other higher alkyl groups, that will leads into the drug inactive. Further, the quaternary ammonium group should be followed by chain of 5 atoms. Means what? As you see in this structure, this nitrogen atom and this terminal hydrogen atom, between this nitrogen atom and terminal hydrogen atom, there must be presence of 5 atoms. It may be carbon, it may be other different atoms like oxygen or any other atom. For example, 1, 2, 3, this 4, and this carbon as a 5. So there must be presence of 5 carbon atoms between nitrogen atom and the hydrogen atom. This rule is known as the 5 atom rule. So these are the various changes that we can perform in quaternary ammonium group in order to get a cholinergic action. Next, we will see the ethylene bridge. Now, ethylene bridge, as you see, this is the middle part over here where there is a presence of the 2 carbon atoms. Now, with change in the carbon chain length, activity reduces. Change in carbon length means what? either if we reduce the number of carbon atoms or if we increase the number of carbon atoms, that will leads into the reduction in the activity, because it will disturb the number of atoms that are present between the nitrogen atom and the terminal hydrogen atom. So it disturbs the 5 atom rule that already we have discussed in the earlier point. Also, substitution on alpha or beta carbon atom leads into the decrease in the activity. Now, what is the meaning of alpha and beta carbon atom? Here you can see these particular structures are considered as the quaternary ammonium group or amine as a functional group. So here the carbon atom that is near to the nitrogen atom is considered as a alpha, and next to this is considered as a beta. So substitution of methyl group at this alpha position or a beta position, that will leads into the decrease in the activity. But this change is having one benefit, that substitution on alpha or beta carbon atom increases the duration of action. Though it decreases the activity, it increases the duration of action. Further also, beta substituted derivative possesses a longer duration of action as compared to the alpha substituted compounds. Then substitution of a methyl at alpha or beta makes drug selective. Means what? As we know, there are two different types of the cholinergic receptors. One is muscarinic receptor and other one is the nicotinic receptor. So due to the substitution of the methyl group either at the alpha position or beta position, drugs are becoming selective towards this nicotinic receptor as well as the muscarinic receptor. Means if there is a presence of a substitution at the alpha position, so name of that drug is alpha methylcholine, which is having more nicotinic action. Means if substitution is present at the alpha position, that particular compound will be having more action toward the nicotinic receptor. Next, if the substitution is present at the beta position, for example beta methylcholine, which is having more action on the muscarinic receptor. Further, substitution of alpha and beta position with alkyl functional group more than methyl leads to the compound which is having no activity. Means at alpha and beta position only we can place a methyl group. If we replace this methyl group with higher carbon atoms like propyl, butyl, that will leads into the loss of the activity. So these are the changes that we can make in the ethylene bridge. Next is acyl oxy group. Now conversion of acetyl group to higher group decreases the activity. Means what? See, this is your acyl group. Acyl group means what? There is a presence of this methyl group along with this keto group and this oxygen group. So if we increase the higher acyl group, what happens? This CH3 will be converted into the, say for example CH2CH3, that is the ethyl. So what happens? The distance between nitrogen atom and the terminal hydrogen atom will be increased. Now it becomes 6 atoms present. So it disturbs the 5 atom rule. So that conversion of acetyl group to higher group leads into the decrease in the activity. Also, ester groups of higher carboxylic acids or aromatic acids results in the antagonist activity. Means if we make, instead of acyl group, if there is a presence of the higher carboxylic acids or the aromatic acids, if they are placed over here, the compound becomes antagonist instead of agonist. Further, acetyl group is replaced by carbamates. Carbamates is nothing but the CONH2. So due to this change, drugs become more potent and also it increases the duration of action. Because we know why this is happening, because this acetylcholine is hydrolyzed by acetylcholine esterases. So this is the enzyme which acts on the esterases group, ester group, and if we convert it into the carbamate, ester group is absent. So there will be slow hydrolysis will be taking place with the help of acetylcholine esterase enzyme, and this is the reason why drugs are becoming more potent as well as they are having a increased duration of action. Example, carbachol, which is more stable to the hydrolysis. Further, replacement of ester with either ether or ketone, this change makes stable and potent drug. Means ester group can be replaced with the help of either ether or ketone functional group also by sticking to the 5-atom rule. We don't have to change the 5-atom rule. So for example, choline ethyl ether is a potent as compared to the acetylcholine. Now reflection spot. Here I request you to pause this video and answer this particular question. Chemically, acetylcholine molecule is consisting of which two parts? If you have written your answer, just play this video. Now, chemically, acetylcholine molecule is consisting of two parts. One is the acetyl group and other one is the choline molecule. So how, that we will see in the pharmacological actions that are produced by the acetylcholine. Now this is the structure of the acetylcholine. Already we have seen, because for SAR purpose we have divided this structure into three parts for our better understanding, but actually chemically acetylcholine molecule is consisting of a choline molecule, which is one part, and acetyl group as a second part. Chemical name of this acetylcholine is 2-acetyl-oxyethyl trimethylazonium. This is the powerful stimulant of the parasympathetic nervous system. This particular agent is not used as a drug because it is orally inactive, because it is readily hydrolyzed by acetylcholine esterase enzyme, and that's why it is not used as a drug. It stimulates both vagus as well as the parasympathetic nervous system. It induces a flow from salivary as well as the lacrimal glands. So this is the basic secretory effect that is produced on all the glands when acetylcholine is secreted. It is also very powerful cardiac depressant. So consumption of this acetylcholine will leads into the severe cardiac depression. That is, the hypotension is observed when acetylcholine concentration is increased in the body. Further, it is a powerful vasodilator on the peripheral vascular system also. This is the another reason why acetylcholine shows more hypotensive effect, because it acts on peripheral system also as well as it acts on the heart also. So due to the combined effect, this is acting as a powerful vasodilator. When given systemically, it produces the bronchial constriction. So on the muscles of the bronchia, the smooth muscles are get contracted, and due to which it produces the bronchial constriction. Now we will see different uses for the acetylcholine. This particular drug is used as a cardiac depressant and the vasodilator. Further, it is also prominently used during the ophthalmic surgery, because this drug is acting as a mydriatic, which will carry out the dilation of the pupil, and for that purpose this is used during the ophthalmic surgery. It is used ex vivo to study the pharmacological effects of the parasympathomimetic agents. Thank you.